Dudley in through the doorway and sat next to the fireplace. Dudley stepped away into the kitchen, and Harry could hear the clutter of the teapot on the stove. While he waited, Harry looked around the strangely unfamiliar room. Aunt Petunia's old wallpaper had been taken down to reveal more of the wood paneling underneath. The furniture had all changed. Less antique pieces and more functional or comfortable chairs has taken their place. Still looked rustic, just more Dudley's style. The fireplace was lined with pictures of Dudley's family. Harry stood and picked up a family portrait of Dudley, Sophie, and a woman he had only seen once or twice he has known to be. "Mary is out at the moment," grumbled Dudley. "Dropping of some stuff to Mum. She should be back soon." He was carrying a plate with the teapot and a couple of old-fashioned-looking cups. "Is this Aunt Petunia's old set?" Harry said, examining his cup, which had certainly been repaired once before. Dudley nodded as he silently poured them both some tea. He gingerly placed a couple of sugar cubes into his own cup. "I got Sophie a gift," Harry said, ruffling through his pockets. "I knew it was her birthday. She's already 11, that's, amazing. She's the same age as Albus." Harry trailed off as Dudley merely chuckled, not saying a word, taking the present and sitting it on the arm of his chair. "Look, I'm sorry for coming over unannounced, but this was important." Harry started to move his hand through his pocket again. "Usually they don't do this, but I asked McGonagall and she said it was all right. I have a letter." "Well, Sophie has a letter." Dudley grew wide-eyed and stared through Harry. He was stone-faced and determined. There was a slight rattle as he almost dropped his cup onto his plate, and he reached out his hand, open, towards Harry. Harry handed the letter to Dudley. He took it into both of his hands and examined the back, running his fingers across the wax seal. The small ribbon attached weaved through his fingers as he flipped it over to see the address on the front. Sophie Dursley. 4 Privet Drive, the smallest bedroom, Little Whinging, Surrey. His hands shook as he read the front, but Harry could not see his face. Dudley sat there staring at the letter for what seemed like ages. Harry watched him as slowly his cousin looked up at him, his eyes all puffy. Dudley's voice echoed loudly off the walls of house as he called upstairs. "Sophie, could you come down here for a minute?" Immediately bounding down the stairs, as if she had been listening from the top the whole time, came Sophie, looking innocent as ever. Dudley said, "Sophie, I would like you to meet your uncle, Harry Potter. He has, been away for a while, and it seems like he's back. I never told you this, but he saved my life once. He actually grew up here in your room. He brought you something." Dudley reached out his hand holding the letter and gave it to Sophie. While she sat on the ground reading her letter, Dudley leaned in and whispered to Harry, "Do you think she will be okay there?" Harry looked at his cousin and said, "Dudley, I think she will be brilliant."